right, so stop me if you've heard this one before. The Celtics do nothing at the trade deadline yet again. But, this year I'm not really too upset about it. I mean, it's kind of hard to be mad at the Celtics, after getting Kyrie Irving, they finally made their move for a star player. And this year's team is doing better than expected since Gordon Hayward hasn't been a part of it. But, no, I mean, that's just kind of the trade deadline, as it were. There were a couple of minor trades rumored, and, I mean, I'm kind of glad, that they didn't make a trade. Past years, you've heard about Paul George being available and different big players. This year, there really wasn't anybody on the market. I was a little hopeful that maybe there would be some surprise deal for DeAndre Jordan. I don't know. That was really the only player that I could see maybe being available, because the Clippers are trying to get rid of their big players, so maybe they could have snuck off with DeAndre Jordan for a first-round pick and Marcus Smart or something. But on the topic of Marcus Smart, I'm actually glad they didn't trade him. It's not that I think he's the best player on the team or anything, but it's just, I don't know. You have a good thing going with the Celtics right now. They're 40-16. They're the best team in the East, at least by record. And I don't want to mess with that too much unless you're going to get something significant in return. So I'm glad they didn't just trade Marcus Smart for a first-round pick or whatever to try to get Tyreek Evans or whoever they were trying to get. I mean, it probably would have been a minor upgrade, but there's something to be said for team chemistry. And I can remember when the Celtics traded Kendrick Perkins. And I mean, he wasn't the best player on that team, but, they traded Perkins and got Jeff Green or whatever. And I'm not saying they didn't get enough for him, but ever since that move, that team wasn't right. That Celtics team that at least had a chance to contend for a title. And then they kind of took away Kendrick Perkins, and it really threw off the chemistry. So I didn't really want to see them doing that, just because if the team is going well, there's no need to trade somebody just to make a move. I think a lot of the pieces on the Celtics are pretty good. I know maybe I sound a little arrogant for saying that, but I don't really see anybody where I say, oh yeah, let's trade them. Unless you could have gotten DeAndre Jordan or a bigger player. But you couldn't. Now the Cavaliers, on the other hand, they traded pretty much their whole team. I was very surprised to see that they traded Isaiah Thomas after giving him about a month with LeBron, and I thought that LeBron and Isaiah would be a good combo together, but I guess we'll never see now. He's out to the LA Lakers, which kind of gets me mad as a Celtics fan, because I think Isaiah Thomas makes the Lakers a little better, and maybe they, fall out of that top 6 in the draft, which I really want them to be in, because I want the Celtics to get a high draft pick. So, I mean, on the case of the Celtics, not much was done, but the Cavaliers, your Eastern Conference rivals, did a ton. They got rid of all their older players. I mean, Derrick Rose wasn't contributing much to the team. Dwayne Wade, that was done more for sentimental reasons. I mean, they basically just shipped him back to Miami because it's kind of his homecoming. So Dwayne Wade wasn't doing much with the Cavs. He'll probably do more with the Heat. And, you look at the other players they traded. They traded Jay Crowder to Utah. They traded a bunch of players. I mean, just some of them were just minor role players. Some of them, like Isaiah Thomas, were bigger names. And they got, Jordan Clarkson and George Hill and just all these players that I'm not even familiar with. I don't even know if I said the names right. I know they got Jordan Clarkson. I know they got Larry Nance Jr. from the Lakers. I don't know how good those players are. I feel like they could have gotten more for Isaiah, but then again, Isaiah's value is kind of low at this point. I suppose at this point in their careers, Jordan Clarkson's a better player just because Isaiah Thomas has been hurt for a while. But I don't know. I don't know that they necessarily got better. They just got a bunch of different players, and I think they got younger, which is good. I don't know if these are moves that the Cavs are making looking to the future, like when LeBron's not there, because I don't see LeBron sticking around past the season. That's what LeBron does, in case nobody's noticed. When things get tough, LeBron get going. So LeBron's going to go, I don't think he'll go to the Warriors, although I wouldn't put it past him, but I think he'll go to the Rockets or the Lakers or something, try to build a new dynasty. Because that's what LeBron does, okay? He's not really known for sticking around anything. I'm surprised he's even lasted in Cleveland this long. But, this isn't an anti-LeBron rant. There'll be plenty of those later. This is a Celtics rant. And, the Celtics, in terms of where they are in the Eastern Conference, I think that their seeding is, I don't want to say it's safe, because you got the Toronto Raptors right at their heels, but I think, it's safe to say the Celtics will finish in the top 3 in the Eastern Conference. I don't see them finishing any lower than that. I don't even think they'll finish 3rd. I think, they would have to really go on a losing skid, and the Cavs would have to really figure it out for the Celtics to slip to 3. But I do think Toronto's for real. The Toronto Raptors always play the Celtics tough every year. I don't know what it is. No matter who has the better record, the Raptors seem to beat the Celtics more often than not. So I can't really get too caught up in records. I know it looks good that the Celtics are 40-16, but they don't seem like they're that good, but they are pretty good. It'll be interesting to see what happens when the playoffs come. I'll talk about that more when, things are more decided. But, just wanted to talk about the Celtics trade deadline. Were you satisfied with the lack of moves? Surprisingly, I actually was, because there weren't any moves to make. So, again, we'll see what the Celtics have in the second half of the season. For right now, time to get ready for the All-Star break and all that good stuff. I will see you in a future video.